Now our baby is growing and entering into teenage. Beautiful, isn't it? To see our child growing. But there are some problems associated with growing child. Well, especially when the child enters into the teenage. And one of that is aggression. Is it easy to deal with aggression? Sometimes yes, sometimes no. If you are finding difficulty in dealing with aggression, that is why I have made a video about this and I have given some tips how to deal with this aggression. So I hope you will like this video. When our child has entered into teenage, we might have to deal with mood swings, aggressive behavior, violent behavior, communication gap, and trust issues. We have to understand that our child is having a very difficult phase in his life. Can we just call it hormonal issues? No, it's not that easy. We have to learn to how to deal with it. The basic problem faced by teenager is that their prefrontal cortex, which is responsible for analyzing things, is not actually fully developed. They lack experiences of life. At the same time, there is pressure of studies, there is expectation from parents, there is expectation from school, and at the same time, there is some attraction for opposite gender is developing. And all, because of all these things, they demand increased autonomy in life. Now coming to how to deal with it. The preparation is very deep rooted. It starts when the baby is born. From very beginning, we have to keep a very healthy atmosphere in a home. It helps a lot. The teenage years are filled with anxiety, frustration, and fear, and it comes out in the form of anger. The reason is that most of the teenagers don't know how to process it. So it comes out bubbling in the form of anger. Is this anger normal? Yes, this is very much normal because most of the teenagers don't know how to process these feelings. If our teenager child is angry, it means he's undergoing some problem. It is just a sign. It means that our child is feeling threatened. Any physical or mental trauma has to be dealt with in an understanding manner. We have to be very patient with the child because something which is very small for us can be a very big thing for the child. When dealing with a child, it is very important that both the parents are on the same page. If there are any difference between the parents in how to deal with it, it should be solved when the child is not around. And it is better to treat the child like a young adult and not as a child. It helps a lot. It comforts the child. Limit the screen time of the child. At the same time, you have to limit your screen time also. And in the era of working mothers, it is very important that you give some quality time to the child. Idea of co-parenting always help. Who is a co-parent? Co-parent is a person who is mature, is the well-wisher of the child, loves child, is ready to listen to all the problems and solve it. Who can act as a co-parent? In India, grandparents can act as very good co-parent. If they are living in the same house, well and good. If they are not living in the same house, they can bond with the child over video chat. If grandparents are not available, any other mature adult who is a well-wisher of child can act as co-parent. The benefit of co-parent is that child might not be ready to share everything with the parents, but he might share everything with the co-parent, and that results in release of the mental pressure of the child. Now coming to mood swings and aggressive behavior. Why this happens? Because the prefrontal cortex of the child is not fully developed, so he is not able to analyze the experiences of the life. Sometimes it can be very simple mood swing, sometimes it can lead into depression, and when it is very severe it can even lead to thoughts of suicide or suicidal attempts. If it is a simple mood swing, just give some space to the child. It might die down on its own. And if the child allows, try to talk to the child. Talk to the child in a very empathetic manner. Never try to contradict the child immediately because it hurts their fragile ego and they might not listen to you. And you have to face this possibility also that it is not necessary that you are also right. Generation gap is for real. If the discussion turns aggressive or violent, take never be on the same page with the child. You should never become aggressive or violent. Take a step back because you have to teach the child that it is okay sometimes to take a step back. We cannot afford to be a bad example to the child if we have to raise a mentally healthy child. If the behavior of the child is uncontrollable and you are not able to check the violent behavior by doing everything, you can call the police. What? Calling police for your own child? Yes, it is very important to teach the child timely that there is no space for violent behavior in a civilized society. After dealing with the immediate crisis, go to the root cause of the problem. Take the example of a kettle. Suppose there is a boiling kettle and steam is coming out of it. What is the cause of steam? Is it the water? No, it's not the water. It is the fire underneath the kettle. Similarly, once the things immediate crisis settles down, we have to go for the root cause of the crisis. How? Suppose the child is not telling us anything. What we should do? We can always take the help of the co-parent. Here co-parent is very important. Child might open up to the co-parent. Suppose child is not ready to open up with the co-parent, it is very important to take the help of a psychiatrist. A psychiatrist is a qualified person and he will listen to the child patiently and he is trained for that. And then he will tell you the solution. So never be hesitant to take the help of psychiatrist and go for cognitive behavioral therapy. Now coming to what are these red flags? These red flags are bullying others, verbal abuse, causing harm to the society or property, causing harm to others, violent behavior towards others, or causing harm to themselves, suicidal thoughts. Now, how to deal with it? We should never compare our child to another child, like Bagal wale Sharma ji ka beta, because it is all children are different. We should find out the best qualities of our child and try to nurture them. And we should also try to find out the negative qualities of our child and try to gradually dampen it. Right from the childhood, we should nurture certain positive qualities in our baby for so that their brain is healthy. What we can do? We can cultivate these habits right from the childhood. Regular exercise, getting up early in the morning, pranayam, yoga, meditation, eating nutritious food. These things help in having a healthy mind. We should find out what habits our child has and we should try to nurture it so that negative self-talk is not there. Very few studies have shown that teenagers show less anger when they are supported by their family. So we have to nurture very healthy environment in the home and child should have full support of their family members and teachers. Parents often create boundaries for their kids so that they don't enter into a very danger zone. If the child wants to explore something, let them explore because the experience is the best teacher. And we should not be very protective for our child because they will not learn from the experience of the child. But we should see that child is not entering any danger zone or very risky business. Always teach your child to have problem solving skills because it helps a lot in reducing anger in the child if the child has got problem solving skills. Anger is a very natural phenomena and teach the child how to deal with it. They can start deep breathing. They can drink a glass of water so that a peak of anger goes away. They can write a journal and choose to write whatever is bothering them in a journal. They can resort to boxing or playing music, listening to music or dancing. These things help in soothing the child. That way, they can learn to lower their anger in a constructive manner. If they are struggling with a school project or trying to solve an issue with the friend, ask them to find out these three solutions of it. Then calmly discuss the pros and cons of all the three solutions. Then ask them to decide which one is best to do for them. And then ask them to deal with it in that manner, so that the child will learn problem solving skills. This can help the child to understand there are so many ways to for problem solving, and anger is not the only thing which he can resort to. So I tried my best to explain to you how you will deal with your aggressive teenager. If this is of help to you, kindly like, share and subscribe. Thank you.